question I get weekly, if not daily, is I just turned 18, I'm ready to get a credit card for the first time, I'm a reseller, I could really use the extra credit line to help me buy, but I don't have any credit history, I don't know how to get credit history, I don't even know what that means, I'm not sure what the best card is for me. That's what I'm answering in today's video. It's here for young resellers to get you started, to get your first card, and some tips to get you started before you turn 18 so you can get a better card when you turn 18. That's what I'm answering today. Stick around. Okay, when you turn 18, you fit into one of two groups. I'm gonna go over both. The first group is you have no credit history at all, you're tied to no lines of credit, there is nothing. So, for those people, unfortunately, the bad news is you're gonna have to settle for a card. Your first card, in any circumstance, is not gonna be the top tier cards that get 5x back on everything. It just doesn't work like that. Banks want to see some kind of history first before they start letting you apply and get approved for bigger cards. So the Capital One Platinum card is a 0 annual fee card, which is all the cards I'm going to talk about today. It's a 0 annual fee card that has no rewards. That means no cash back, no points, no nothing. There's no value to it other than it just being a line of credit. There is a lot of not great things about this card, but the best thing about this card is you're almost guaranteed you'll get approved. So if the card has no rewards, why would I want it? Because you have nothing right now. You have no credit history at all, and this is your best chance of getting approved right out the gate. So what you do in a scenario like this is you get that card, use it for 3 to 6, 4 to 6 months, something like that, and build up some sort of history. So that way you can apply for something else in about 6 months, and you've got a great shot of getting it as long as you're paying your card off, paying the statement balance off, and just in good standing with that bank. Another option for people with no credit is sometimes the bank you bank with will give you some sort of offer. Like if you use Bank of America, they may send you some sort of a, hey, you're 18 now, sign up for our credit card, you're pre-approved. If you're pre-approved, you're good to go. If you get pre-approved for those bank cards, they're usually much more beneficial than something like the Platinum card that has no rewards at all. So if you have that, get that. Let's jump into person number 2. Person number 2 has some sort of credit history before they turn 18. Whether that's a car loan that's tied to your name, or you may be an authorized user on one of your parents' credit cards. That's giving you some sort of credit history that you have a better shot when you turn 18 and you can get your own card, you have a better shot of getting something that's worth having long term. The 2 cards I'd say to start out with are both in the Chase family. I would say either the Freedom card or the Freedom Unlimited card. I'll dive quickly into each card and you can see what's better for you. The Freedom card gives 5x back quarterly. And the reason that's a great card is because it's doing different things for you throughout the year. Those things change quarterly. You've got stuff like gas pops up a lot, or streaming services, or utility bills, or grocery stores. But the good thing is the fourth quarter of every year is always something related to retail. Last year it was PayPal. I think the year before it was like Walmart and superstores and stuff like that. So as a reseller, that 5x back on PayPal can really be a big benefit. The other good thing I like about the Freedom card, which currently is still in my wallet, is it's a long-term card. So when it's 5x back for gas and you're driving a gas card, nothing's really gonna beat that. So I keep it for that reason. So it's keeping that credit line going, and I'm still maximizing that benefit of whatever that 5x back is. The other card would be the Freedom Unlimited card. So it doesn't offer the quarterly things like the Freedom does, but what it does offer is 1.5x cash back forever. So that's beneficial as well. It becomes your everyday spender kind of card. You're getting 1.5x back on everything, which is so valuable in the Chase system, which I'll get into in later videos. But that 1.5x on anything is incredible, because if you're spending $1,000 on something, let's say you got a shoe drop, you spent $1,000, then you're getting 1,500 points instead of just 1,000, or it would be on the Freedom card, unless it's the 5x, but yeah, you you got that. The Freedom Unlimited card is still a keeper card for a lot of people. With that 1.5x back, it just becomes your daily spender on things that are just random and you don't have another card to use for. If you want, later on, you can get crazy and pair them both together and use the Freedom Unlimited for everything but whatever the Freedom's giving you 5x back. But again, that's a different video, the chase video. So the way to pick between those two cards is to kind of look at yourself long term. If you're 18 and you're moving out on your own and you're starting to get your own life together and things like that, I would say the Freedom card's a little more valuable because you're gonna spend money on things like gas and groceries and utilities and things like that. So that 5x would be more helpful, I think, for you long term. But if you're someone who's going to college and you have a different financial scenario, maybe you got some help from your parents or something like that, then I would say the 1.5 is probably better for you long term. Again, that's up to you. They're both great cards. I personally like the 5x back because that's the only card I have that does that. So that's beneficial to me in the long term, but there's extreme value in both cards. Unfortunately, there's no great way to get started in building your credit history, but with those three cards, especially those two cards on the end that are keeper cards, that's about the best thing you can do credit card wise to get yourself off on a good foot and to get rolling and to get moving into better cards, better rewards, better bonuses, all that good stuff. So the second part of this video is for people who are not 18 yet, who are getting close and just saw me talk about a way to get a better card once they turn 18. This is tips for how to do that. A lot of people ask me this too. They say, I am 16, 17 years old. Should I be an authorized user on my parents' credit card? And this is gonna be a tough conversation for you to have with your parents. The number one thing to remember when you're an authorized user on anyone's credit card is you are affecting their credit score and they're affecting yours. So the reason I say this is a tough conversation with your parents is because you need to know their credit score going into this. If your parents have a 540, 550, stay clear. It's better to just wait it out, get that platinum card, build it over a few months, and get past it. Because the last thing you want is to be 18 with a low score, because that's almost worse than not having a score. If you're right out the gate and can get your first card and they see you have a terrible score, that's worse. So what I'd recommend is talk to your parents and see if they have a score around 670, 680 or above. Anything in the 700s is gold. So if you talk to your parents and they're comfortable with it and they're okay with you being an authorized user on their card and they've got the score you're looking for, then I would say do it once you're 17. Don't do it at 16, there's no point. Wait till you're closer to turning 18. I'd say about a year is enough time to build some sort of substantial history to where they can see that you are on a card that was being paid every month and doing all the right things, and you're more likely to get one of those chase cards right out the gate because you have that year of history. The reason I say stay away until you're about 17 is because I don't really know any 16-year-olds who are responsible. I don't know any 20-year-olds who are responsible. So when you're 16, it's too much power. It's just not worth it. When you're 16, you've got a better chance of screwing it up and hurting yourself and hurting your parents. So it's just not worth it. I'd wait till you're 17. I'd wait till you're closer to turning 18. That's 6 to 12 months out, right? You know, sometime being 17. That's the perfect time to get going, get something. So then what happens is, let's say you get it, you're on your parents' card, you're an authorized user, you're ready to go, you turn 18, you get your own card. What do you do with that other card? You do not cancel it. That is the worst thing you can do, is cancel that card right out the gate. Because when you're 18 and you get that new card, you now have two different lines of credit. So the way age of credit works is it's an average. So if you have your authorized user card for a year, and then you just get another card the day you turn 18, you have 6 months of credit history. That's how that works. So to be able to apply for better cards in the coming months, you want that longer credit history. So you take that extra card and you put it in a sock drawer, you give it back to your parents, or if they're cool with it, you still use it as a backup card. Just don't take your name off the card. Don't deactivate your authorized user card. Use it until you get another year of credit under your belt, and then that would be an okay time to go ahead and have your parents take you off that card. You've probably got 2 cards by now. You're starting to build your credit history. It's kind of like taking a step back, but you're going to take a better step forward. So it's okay to do that. Just give it a year. Kind of let things balance out. Your credit's so fragile to begin with, especially in that beginning time frame of you being 18. When I turned 18, the first thing I did was I went to AT&T and I got my own cell phone plan. I put down $500 deposit so they'd give me my own plan. I got it back in a year, but it was worth it because that was something else I could do that didn't negatively affect my credit but helped it grow at a faster rate. The second thing you can do to jumpstart your credit score before you're 17 is if you have a car and there's a loan out on that car, make sure your name is on the bank loan, because that's a line of credit. That's money you don't have that you're borrowing from someone else. So having your name on that loan is sorta in the same vibe of the cell phone thing, as it's not necessarily going to negatively affect your credit score to apply for something like that the same way a credit card would, but you can do it with a cosigner on a car, and you have a great shot of getting that loan with a cosigner, and you get your name on it and you start building credit history. So let's do a quick full video recap. If you are 18, no credit history at all, you're getting the Capital One Platinum card or a pre-approved bank card. If you're 18, you have some credit history, you're gonna get the Chase Freedom card or Chase Freedom Unlimited card. If you are under 18 and you wanna get credit started beforehand, you're going to ask your parents to see if you can become an authorized user on their card. Make sure they have a good score. Talk to your parents about it first. The day you turn 18, you're going to want to go get a cell phone plan in your name. It doesn't show up as a line of credit, but it shows that you can pay things. And then lastly, if you're younger than 18 or even over than 18, but if you're younger than 18 and you're getting a car, you've got a car, you want to make sure that loan is financed in your name as well as whoever your cosigner was. That's going to be tremendous for getting your credit score up, because a car loan is a big loan that they can see a payment history and that you're doing that. That's going to be phenomenal for your credit history before you turn 18. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful and helpful. I hope you feel like you know what you're doing before you're 18, or if you're about to turn 18. I hope you feel confident in picking the right card and getting jump started. I'll do a follow-up video on this a little later on about the next steps and the next cards you're gonna get after you've got credit history for 6 to 12 months and things like that. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe below, hit the notification bell, give this video a like, ask me any questions in the comments below. I'm here to help. Give me a follow on Instagram, and I'll see you soon.